Hey viewers, I was working on a couple old Italian bikes and they both had these old style push rod Campagnolo front derailleurs. This is a Gran Sport model and the other bike has a Valentino model. They're pretty much identical how they work, all the parts and stuff. Just the Gran Sport is a little nicer. It's got like a chrome cage, it's got a screw here and everything like that, and the other one on the Valentino it's riveted. But other than that, they're pretty much identical. Anyway, I thought I would take this apart, clean it, lube it, and put it all back together. I thought that might be kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to start by removing this cage here. There's like a little bolt here that clamps on the cage onto this rod here. So I'm going to loosen this. I don't need to remove it all the way, but I just need to loosen it. And then I can work this cage off this little push rod like that. And so next, well, I might as well go ahead and take this little bolt here. This clamps the cable into the little lever there. Take that off of there like that. And then I can take this little clamp here that clamps the derailleur onto the seat post, or the seat tube. And so then this screw here, this is the high limiting screw. So I'm going to remove this. There's a little spring there. Like that. And so there's the screw there, and then there's the spring there. Okay, and then there's a screw here and a little nut on the back here. And I'm going to remove this. I've got like a little 7mm wrench here. So I'm going to try loosening this little nut here and removing this there. And then remove this little screw here, because that's like a little lock nut, I think, how that works on there. And I got this screw out here, and so now I pull this little lever out here like this, and okay, I think this push rod should come out here, but it's kind of tight, so I'm going to use like a little bit of penetrating oil and kind of get this in here a little bit and see if I can get this loosened up a little bit in there and see if I can get this to come out. Okay, trying to push this rod out. It's pretty tight in there, so I'm going to use a vise to go ahead and try to press it out gently. And so to kind of use the vise to kind of clamp on the edge here and just carefully push it out. I don't want to crush the rod in there, but and so like it's coming out. And I think there's a spring in there. Yep, there's a small spring in here, like here. So you can pull that out of there. Like that. And it's pretty crusty in there. And see if I can get this rod all the way out here using some like reverse pliers here. Use this in here and go like that. And so I got the rod out. And looks like I got all the parts out there like this, so it's just really dirty in there. Okay, I got the derailleur completely apart here, and so now I'm going to clean all these parts up and get ready to put it back together. Okay, I'm ready to start putting this whole thing back together again. I figured out why the rod here was not coming out nice and smoothly. Is it had a slight bend to it. I straightened it a little bit, but it's still got a slight bend to it. But it should, once I get it in, it should move pretty smoothly. Anyway, I'm going to use a little bit of marine grease and just coat a lot of these parts with just a thin coating of marine grease, so everything kind of moves nice and smoothly in there. And the marine grease is real nice because it doesn't break down when exposed to water. And since this thing's kind of open in here, probably moisture gets in. Anyway, this spring here is got like a tip on it here, and this tip is going to face out, and it's going to go into this bottom hole here in the main body. And so I'm going to slide this in here like this, and then next the rod is going to go in, and so I'm going to get a little bit of grease on the rod here like that. And so I'm going to slide this in, and I want this tip here facing down. There's like a little slot here, and I ultimately want this little tip of the spring to go into the slot here. So I'm going to slide this in here. I may have to press this in a little bit. Okay, and then get this tip of that spring into that slot there, like that. And then I press this all the way in, like that. And so now as I can go ahead and kind of push it in, and kind of nice and springy there. And I can always get just a little bit of grease in around there. And okay, next I want to get this lever in here. This little part down here is what's going to push in against that rod there. And so this hole here needs to line up with this hole here. So I just slide this in like this. And I need to get that hole lined up. And then this screw here with like the little tapered cap here is going to go in this hole here. But in order to get this hole, the lever lined up with the hole there, I need to kind of press this in. So let me see if I can kind of, so I got to push this in, the rod in kind of with my thumb, and then I can maybe push this lever down a little bit to kind of get that hole lined up like that. And then I can get this screw into place and then screw this in. So this is like a little bit of a tricky part here. And I'm just going to tighten this screw in all the way. Like that. And then if I kind of pull this lever down, see now it kind of pushes that rod out like that. And then that moves nice and smoothly now, like that. And so then I want to put this little lock nut on the back here. So I'll go ahead and just start this on by hand. Then use the wrench to tighten it down, like that. And be careful not to over tighten it. And so next I'm going to put the high limit screw in there. So I'm just going to just squirt maybe just a little bit of grease into there. And so I have my spring here, and then I have the high limit screw here. So I'll put that spring in there like that, and then thread this into the hole there. And I'm just going to tighten that in a little bit. I don't need to over tighten it because I can adjust that later on. Now I've got the little clamp here for the mounting. So I'll put that, and I'm going to have like this with the spring facing up, and have the Campagnolo logo here reading like that. And so then I have these two screws here, and tighten those in just by hand at first, just like that, to kind of hold the clamp on there. I'll be removing these later on anyway when I go ahead and mount the derailleur onto the bike. And then I have the cage here, and so the cage is going to slide onto the actually it's going to go like this with the logo facing out, and slide onto this rod here like this, and work that on there like that. And then I've got the little tightening screw here like this, little bolt, and I'll thread this in like that. And then I have this screw here. This is the one to clamp the cable into place. And That'll go here. So the part with the hole here is going to go facing forward. So it goes in there like that. And then put the little nut here on here like this. And there, I have the derailleur all put back together again. I just need to mount it on the bike. Anyway, I hope you found this useful or interesting. If you did, please click like on my video. I always appreciate getting likes on my videos. It helps me out. If you're not subscribed to my channel, click the big subscribe button and you'll see new videos as they come out. And I'm always coming out with new videos. And I'm also over on Facebook, RJ the Bike Guy. Go over there, like my page, and I post a lot of stuff over there as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.